Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Stocks Around Us with Me Pizza. Guys, did you know that journalism has a very long and interesting history? You see, the concept of spreading the news actually began thousands of years ago in the early Roman Empire. Back then, Julius Caesar, who ruled the empire, used to post announcements every day by carving through a large block of stone bulletin. It was called the Acta Diurna, which means daily acts. Meanwhile, in Asia, the earliest record of news was during the Han Dynasty in China, where the government would issue palace reports called tipao, which was either handwritten or printed with engraved wooden blocks. Can you imagine carving out woods and stones just for a daily news report? All I can say is, thank God for technology. Media has really come a long way since Julius Caesar, and today we're going to see just how far it's come with one of the top media companies in Malaysia. Ladies and gentlemen, Star Publications. Let's go take a look. Star Publications is a media group that produces a variety of media content, whether it's in print media, radio and TV, digital, events or exhibitions. Star publishes and distributes a number of newspapers and magazines for a wide range of readers. Their paper, The Star, is Malaysia's leading English daily newspaper and contains many pullouts, including the life-inspired weekly paper. They also have Metro, the local community newspaper available in different regions of Malaysia, and many other papers about business, job hunting, health, cars, education, home living, and even newspapers in the Chinese language, not to mention a variety of magazines. Moving beyond print onto the online platform, the company has the Star Online website, which is the top online news portal in the country. Others are many useful websites that the company both created and acquired. These include entertainment, jobs, properties, hotels, and many more. As for their TV and radio business, Star has 4 radio stations and 2 TV channels. Life Inspired, which is aired across our region, even in Thailand, and Switch Up Variety TV. Apart from media content production, Star Publications does event organizing. In fact, they acquired The Perfect Living, which is one of the country's most talked about regular home renovation and lifestyle exhibitions. Their other subsidiary, City Neon, is a one-stop solution for event organizers in Asia and the Middle East. City Neon has been the contractor for many large-scale events. The company's last division is in training. Through their Leaderomics social enterprise, they help develop leadership and skills for youths and professionals. With all of its activities, this company has truly become a comprehensive and innovative media group. Whether it's the latest headline, celebrity gossip, job opening, or a new recipe or a hip cafe, you will find it in the many Star Publications. Right now, we are here today at their media gallery at the company, and here to give us the grand tour of the business is our special guest. Ladies and gentlemen, Calvin Khan, the group's COO.
Morning. Hi. Welcome to the Star Media Group.
Thank you so much. So this is a very beautiful gallery you have
Thank you.
Here.
Yes. We spent a lot of time decorating this thing to reflect the entire group's energy.
So seeing like everything here, you do so many different media activities.
Right.
Could you please first give us a revenue breakdown of what's the contribution from each media segment?
Okay,
that
sure.
you do?
All right. Well, the Star Media Group's turnover is about 1.1 billion. Now, 70% of it actually comes from the print and digital aspect. 20% comes from the events segment, and the balance 10% is actually made up by the radio, a small TV channel, as well as a training company called Leaderonomics.
I see. So where do you rank in these particular industries? For example, you said that 70% comes from the print and digital, which means that your newspaper and magazines must be pretty big in the industry.
Absolutely, absolutely. As far as the print is concerned, we have the Star and Sunday Star. As you know, the Star actually has maintained this pole position. I'm very happy to share for the last 24 years at least. Okay. Now, in the context of our digital side, our Star Online actually is the leading English portal, also for the last at least a decade or more.
When did you launch the Star Online?
Funnily enough, you see, when the .com bubble burst, we actually jumped into it. That would probably explain to you why that dominance of ours is what it is today. In the context of when we jumped into something where everybody was sort of like abandoning, you see. Well, from there we grew on and what you have today. Yeah. And as far as the that would be for the print and the what we call digital side. Now on the event sides, we're also pretty dominant with huge events. The biggest education fair in Malaysia is actually owned by the Star, run by the Star for the last many years. We also run the biggest home and lifestyle exhibition in Malaysia as well, running up to about 15 of them, for this year alone. Now, in that context, I'm very happy with some of those things that we have on our platform.
So you were pretty dominant in the printing and publishing and events.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So let's talk about your publishing business.
Sure.
What are your key publications?
Generally, for newspaper, we actually have the Star and Sunday Star. Magazines, we currently only now owns two magazines. One is called Kuntum, which is actually an educational magazines for children. The other is something called Flavors, which is actually a food and lifestyle publication.
What is the percentage of readership that you have?
For the Star, we actually have about 1.5 million readers. In context of the magazines part, I don't think we actually have any measurement for that.
I see.
Yeah.
Are you going to launch new magazines?
At the Star, we are constantly looking for opportunities like anybody else in the context. Anything that adds value, for example, to my ability to actually offer to my clients, I think that will be something that we look at. It's rather not only magazines, we're also potentially looking and evaluating other platforms that come along. Now, I must say in the context of the Star Media Group, we are absolutely very lucky. When I say lucky in the context of having a very strong brand name actually somewhat allows us to capitalize on a lot of opportunities. Meaning to say that somehow, like for example, for a lot of people out there who actually have ideas or have propositions, fortunately enough, they think of the Star first. They come to us and make propositions, in that sense. So that's why I say we are very fortunate that because of very strong branding, somehow a lot of people out there with ideas, with plans, somehow call us and say that, are you interested to, look at it and whatnot. I must say, I'll give you an example. Like for example, when, I'm not too sure whether you heard of an interactive application called iSnap that we does.
Oh yes.
All right. Okay. That one actually came from outside, and somebody who had that and had felt that the Star would be more interested. Instantly, we link on. So by having a situation like that now, it allows us to actually expand our influence. Can you imagine now? I can actually tell you, for example, I can actually make your print ad comes alive. Just with the iSnap application. In the context of this statement, it's very useful vis-a-vis a very digitized world that's coming.
Right.
Now, by and large, a lot of people think that the newspaper is actually a very, stale, a very old, a very, not cool platform format. But with this iSnap thing, I actually can make our newspaper come so much more alive, by allowing you to interact with so many things.
So your TV channels are relatively new, right?
We have, I think probably a few years. Yeah, probably a couple of years.
What are these channels about?
We actually only have a channel called LI, which is actually life inspired. What it caters for is basically lifestyle. The 5 genres, it has 5 genres, basically food, home, travel, wellness and style. It is available on pay TV basis. At this point in time, it is beamed across 6 countries: Malaysia, Singapore, Thailand, Indonesia, Hong Kong and Taiwan.
Lastly, what is the future direction or the vision that you have for Star Publications?
Well, at this point, digital would be the area that all of us are paying a lot of attention to. I guess that's only right because in the context of changing landscape, and the things that's going to be different ahead, we are pouring quite a bit of attention and resources into that. But having said that, also we are also looking at other areas. For example, we are actually trying to expand our scope in something called business verticals.
Business
verticals. Yeah, business verticals will be something like, for example, let's say I take a different sector, for example, property. Right now, basically, to drive value to this sector, on our side, basically, we only have, say, a print medium, right? Now, what happens is that when I mentioned a vertical, is basically aggregating a few formats that is relevant to the advertiser. Okay, in a very cohesive, integrated manner, so that we will actually help them actually sort out or solve their issues better. Meaning to say that other than just offering you space in the newspaper, I'm actually offering you a combination of space in the newspaper and event, online classifieds as well. So simultaneously, a few things are coming into play.
Right. Well, thank you so much for
Most welcome.
coming.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for your time too. Thanks.
Financial highlights. Star Publications' revenue was over 1 billion ringgits, or 10 billion baht, growing by 5% from 2009. Its net profit was over 140 million ringgits, or 1.4 billion baht. Its net profit margin was at 13.9%, and ROE was around 12.4%. Its PE was around 11.5 and PBV 1.4. Star Publications' share price was at 2.58 ringgits, or 25.8 baht. Its market cap was over 1.9 billion ringgits, or 19 billion baht. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Star Publications. Join us again next time for more company highlights with Me Pizza. And now if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go back to listening to my favorite Malaysian station. See ya!